security world and in the cybersecurity domain. So I would like to start my presentation with, and giving you an idea about what exactly is cybersecurity. So let us make it very interactive this session. So I would like the participants to post their answers or any queries which they have on the chat window so that we can make it as a very interactive session. So what is cybersecurity? Now, all of you, some of you must have been are either from the IT industry or you have completed your graduation from non-IT stream. But I'm sure that in the outside world, you must have heard about this term cybersecurity. You must have heard about cybercrime. You have read various news portals, where cyber crimes and cyber attacks have affected individuals. So can you tell me what is cybersecurity? Any one word, two-word answer. You can either put your answers on the chat window so that I can know that what is your understanding about the term cybersecurity. So can I have some responses? Yes. Or if somebody wants to speak, then you can just raise your virtual hand on the Zoom and you can.
Sandeep sir, people are typing it in the chat. I am able to see it. They're saying cyber security is to protect digital assets. It is to protect. It is for protection, protect digital information and systems.
Okay. Anything else? Right. So when we talk about cybersecurity, it is not only about protecting data. Like most of the students, they think that cybersecurity is only about protecting data. Data is a very important asset in today's world. Actually, everybody says that data is the new oil. The value of the data of any individual, of any organization, is as valuable as the value of oil today in today's world, which is there. But cybersecurity does not only cover the protection of data as an asset. There are other elements also which has to be protected. So like for example, you have hardware resources, you have networking devices, you have individuals, you have employees of organization. So protecting the entire ecosystem or the entire infrastructure is what we call as cybersecurity. So cybersecurity refers to the protection of hardware, software, and data from the attackers. Now, the primary purpose of cybersecurity when it is about protecting data is to protect from various kind of cyber attacks so that the criminals cannot access the data, they cannot change the data or alter the data, or they cannot destroy the sensitive information, or they cannot destroy the data which is there in the organization. And it is also a process which is designed to protect the networks and various devices in your infrastructure from external threats. And businesses normally employ professionals who are trained or skilled in cybersecurity so that they can protect their data, they can maintain employee productivity, and they can also enhance customer confidence in the products and services. Let us understand this point very clearly. Now, what do you mean by employee productivity, or what do you mean by enhancing customer confidence? So just let us take an example of e-commerce portal like a shop, like Flipkart. Now, Flipkart, an organization, through which there are a lot of customers who come and do shopping and do come and do online shopping and they buy products. Just imagine if due to a cyber attack on the portal of Flipkart, the Flipkart is completely down for one day. Now, if it is completely down for one day, it will result into a huge, huge loss for the organization. So there will be a lot of economic loss for the organization. That is one. The second thing is, as customers, we will lose confidence in Flipkart as an organization. And we will then go to a competitor organization like probably Amazon or some other shopping portal which is there to buy our products. So we lose the customer confidence, we lose the confidence in that particular company. So cyber attacks does not result only in economic losses, it also results into reputational damage. It also results into loss in market share, loss in customers, and also it results into loss of confidential information. So if any organization is working on a new product, so if it is a pharma company and if they're working on a new medicinal product, okay, and they're doing research on that. So just imagine if this research data is stolen by hackers and it is sold to a competitive organization. So this will also result into a huge loss and reputational damage to this pharma company. So cyber attacks basically, not only have this economic losses, but also results into reputational damage. It results into losing market share. And when it comes to government, there is a lot of other factors which comes into under the threat landscape of a cyber attack, because a government when it is attacked, then it will lose it creates a huge economic damage to the entire organization. It's one of the fastest growing economy. There are a lot of other threat actors which are originating from different countries who are attacking our country. And what is the objective and purpose of attacking our country? To ensure that our economy comes down, there is a loss, and it doesn't grow. So this is a complete attack on our country itself. So these are the kind of attacks which happens. Now, to protect against these attacks, to protect against these kind of threats, we have a complete security solution or processes which we implement, and that is called as the cyber security domain. Okay. You must have heard of many attacks which are there. So these are some of the most common types of attacks. So you have heard about malware attacks, then you phishing attack. Phishing attack is one which is very, very common. I also, a lot of phishing messages come to me, phishing mails come to me, which basically, you are either scared or you get motivated to click on a particular link or to call on a particular number, and then you fall prey to those kind of attacks which are happening. Now phishing is one where phishing is an attack where the user is being influenced to go to a particular link and click on that link, and once the user clicks on that link, then his data either from the mobile or from the computer is accessed by the criminal, by the hacker, and crimes which is there. Now phishing, there are SMS phishing which happens. There is also voice phishing which happens. Then nowadays you have QR code phishing, which is becoming very, very frequently, in the cybercrime world. So we have to be, very careful about all such kind of phishing attacks which are happening, not only to individuals but also to organizations. Ransomware is another attack, which is another popular attack, and it leads into huge amount of losses for organization. Now, the word ransomware itself is very explanatory. It's like, somebody kidnaps a person, and to release the person, he will ask for ransom, or we call it as firoti, or to money to get, and then you leave that particular person. So similarly, in a ransomware attack, what the criminal will do is they will lock access to your entire infrastructure, to your entire data, or to your hardware resources. So as an employee, you will not be able to access your computer, you will not be able to access your server, you will not be able to access your data, you will not be able to do anything. So the entire company comes to a standstill, you know, and the criminal will then say that you transfer so many money in bitcoins. Normally such kind of transactions happens through bitcoins, because then it is very difficult for law enforcement agencies to track them. And once you transfer that amount, then they will give the access. Okay, they will encrypt your entire data. You cannot access it. So once you transfer the money, then they will give you the access to the data. So this is called as ransomware attack, which is there. Some recent ransomware attacks which has happened in India is one, you must have heard about it. All India Institute of Medical Sciences in Delhi, they were attacked by a ransomware, and it is presumed that there was a demand for 200 crore by the cyber criminals to give access to the data back and control back to the organization. So similarly, there are other attacks. DDoS and DOS attacks are basically to kind of an attack where uh, they will basically have so much traffic on your network that your network will entirely jam, or it will shut down, and the entire infrastructure will break down, which is there. So these are the different kinds of attacks. Trojan horse is another attack. SQL injection attack is normally done to your databases. Cross-site scripting on website. So different kind of attacks, cyber attacks is there. And when we talk about cyber security, we are basically implementing various kind of security solutions to ensure that we protect the individuals and the organizations against these kind of attacks. Now let's take a typical, IT infrastructure of any organization of whatever scale it is, whether it is a small organization, whether it is a medium organization, or whether it is a large corporate or a larger organization. So you will these organizations, when you talk about the IT infrastructure, so you have different devices which are connected on either internet, intranet, and these devices can be your employee workstations. It can be servers, which can be data servers, file servers, print servers, mail servers. There might be some employees who might be working from home, so you have connectivity which is from the devices from the employees from their home servers. There might be different switches, there might be different network devices which are used, like routers, switches. There might be some firewalls which are enabled to protect the infrastructure. So this is a typical infrastructure. Now, when a cyber attack or a criminal wants to attack this infrastructure, they don't focus on only one device, they don't focus on only one particular employee. What they do is they execute a number of attacks across the organizations. They execute a number of attacks across the organizations. So they may attack the employee workstations, they may attack the network devices, they may attack the servers, they may attack the employee who's working from home. Maybe his Wi-Fi connection is not very secure, so they can try to get in from this particular access into the servers which is there. So from different kind of locations, different kind of devices, they will attack a number of times on the IT infrastructure, and wherever they will find weaknesses. So these are called as vulnerabilities. These are called as vulnerability. So what is a vulnerability? A vulnerability is a weakness or a gap or a security weakness which is there in an infrastructure, through which the cyber criminal or an attacker can enter into a system, and he can create various kind of havoc into the infrastructure. He can steal your data. He can he can whatever, like for example, he can shut down the server. He can stop giving access to the employees to the server. So all these things, he can alter data, he can destroy the data, and he can shut down your entire infrastructure through entering into your system through these vulnerabilities. So by executing so many attacks on the infrastructure, the hackers will finally get to know, oh, I have a vulnerability out here. So let me enter through this particular system because there is a weakness in this particular system. And this is how the attackers come into your system and they execute the cyber attack.